Okay, so there's not a ton of details here. However,
Mm-hmm.
screenrant.com tells us, you're not going to believe this.
Well, tell
Screenrant.com
us.
tells us, where is it? Here we go. Pulling that up. Written by our good
Lucy
buddy.
in the live chat says, I heard Katie won the cosplay thing. She did win the cosplay
She
thing. How
did
awesome
win.
is that?
She barely beat out second place, who was somebody cosplaying Data in Star Trek Generations in his, Navy hat
Yeah,
outfit thing, which
that
was
was
really
pretty
good.
incredible too.
Oh my
Okay.
God, the thing that was so good about that cosplay was that like I saw that person at dinner in the bar later and the makeup still looked perfect,
Yeah,
Wow.
it
which is
did.
hard to do.
But yes, big congratulations to Katie for winning that. Good knowledge
Hmm.
there. I also called her out on stage a couple times. That was fun. Once on the seventh rule panel, and then once on I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember what the other one was, but she was a good sport. So Screen Rant says Star Trek Discovery asked Worf actor Michael Dorn to return. Wait.
Mhm.
So my first thought is
Oh,
how, right? Not why. I can understand why, but how?
Where? When?
When is was another one. Then I
What?
thought I thought, well, maybe it could be when they leapt forward into the future and then they just saw an old video of him, something in the archives or something in the library. But when you read the quote, that makes me think I'm wrong. The
well, I
quote
did
is
hear. Oh,
the quote is by Michael Dorn. He says, I was asked several times to be part of that new universe, but because of just circumstances, just that sort of one thing that happens, nothing to do with me, but something happens like on Discovery. They say, hey, we want you to come back and do this character. It would be great. We'll show you scripts, everything. I was talking to the producer. The producer gets fired and they bring in a whole nother crew. So it's those type of things. So that was going on for a long time. Then one time I just went, okay, that's it. I'm not going to think about this anymore. Okay. So what that tells us is if a producer was fired and it was replaced further down the line with a new, showrunner type person, that means it happened either in the first or second season. Because
yeah.
that's, after the starting the third season, I think Michelle Paradise took over and she stayed throughout. So that tells us that no, it would not be, in fact, in the future, as I guess, but in the past, which means he couldn't reprise his
Well,
role unless it was like going back in time. Maybe
the
they
other
were going
thing
to
is
have him
that
be a new Klingon, which would be really weird.
uh I mean this is I don't know if this had anything to like I think this was so far before like uh, the updated Klingons, but one thing is that Brian Fuller at that point in time like wanted it to be an anthology, like every season was going to be different. So one of
Oh,
Right.
my
I did
questions
hear
is
that
like,
too. Yeah.
yeah, so I kind of wonder if it was already like thinking later on, like if he had thoughts for like changing it for season two and maybe like Worf could be then. Who knows?
Well, I know that Aaron and I had talked about it because he also heard that they wanted Worf to be a part of Discovery, and that he was really pitching the Captain Worf idea to
Right.
them. So, and that didn't work out, but because I know Aaron wanted to do Captain Nog, of course. But
Mhm.
yeah, so that he was wanting to run with that again.
So interesting. So
Hmm.
we have like a
Maybe
couple
that would be
other,
great
they're just
because
like
he
a
was
couple other
pitching that
quick hits
hard.
that are,
Sorry, Emery. Go ahead.
Hmm.
oh no, just there are a couple other like quick hits that are kind of fun. And I just looked at the time and I'm like, what? We had so much fun today. How's it over?
We did. Um,
So
so in the
there's,
live chat, everybody, if Michael Dorn were to have returned when, let's say at the very beginning, when Alex Kurtzman was taken over 2017, or Brian Fuller at that time, possibly, would you have wanted him to do some time traveling Worf thing? Or maybe he would be Captain Worf somehow spin-off thing, because I know, right, as you're saying, he was pitching and pushing Captain Worf
Right.
hard for several years? Or would they have what I always thought would be the best and the most hilarious thing, because I like to see the world burn, is have Michael Dorn come back as a Klingon that looks like, like the new Discovery Klingons. People would, and they were good. He would walk in and he'd be like, "It is I, Worf, son of Moog." People would be like, their heads would just, he would be like
Yeah.
purple and lizard looking. And they'd be like, "That's not Worf." And they would be right. That's not Worf.
It's not Worf. Jenny R. Johnson in the live chat says, yes, agreeing with Anne Marie, what Brian Fuller wanted to do an anthology, but she also says a new ship each season.
Right. That was the original plan, was
Which is interesting
each
because
show would be one season only. Discovery was only going to be one season, and then they were just going to keep doing, but somewhere along the line it changed and became like just its own kind of series.
and I was like, oh, I don't want to lose this crew anyway because they seem great and I want to get to know them. And then didn't get to know them even. But I'm glad we got more of like Saru and Tilly. Like I really wanted that.
I like what Donna Runyon said. I think she may have made the mistake of doing like a little typo, but I think it would be really funny if she was right that like Discovery was like they made Michael Dorn into a different, Klingon, and he's like purple and blue, and they called him Captain Warge. Man,
Captain Ward.
yeah.
I am Captain Worf from the Rat Pack. Right? It's that song they sing.
I don't remember that part.
I am Captain Worf.
I remember when he goes, "Borg Queen." That's funny.
It is funny.
But man, that Good Friends song,
Oh my
I
gosh.
just can't. I
Oh,
just
so
can't. I
beautiful.
can't hang. Like I'm trying to look
Voice
cool in
with the
front of my
guitar.
friends, man. You guys,
Oh, so beautiful.
luckily it's dark in that audience, so I can just pretend like I have like allergies or something.
Shoot, I just like lost. I just put my finger on my screen by mistake when you were mentioning it, and I was thinking about it, and I hope I didn't like block somebody from the live chat. Sometimes like it like showed me some weird message and it like popped away before I could look and see what it said. So
Chris Marshall says, "Hi everybody, back to my task." Hi. He says,
Hi.
"Just popping in to give my theory. Maybe it's part of what Klingons do not discuss with outsiders in DS9's Trial and Tribulations." Maybe. But yeah, that I feel like that would be the ultimate troll, and not necessarily a good one.
No.
But if they made Michael Dorn be Captain Worf, but he looked like L'Rell, and like he just looked like purple and lizardly, I think that I think we'd have a
Yeah.
problem.
We would have a
I think
problem.
we'd have to take Star Trek out back
We would have a
and
problem.
rough it up a bit.
Because
Anyway,
that's, yeah, it's not worth.
that's Star Trek. Don't mess with the Klingons. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Thanks so much for watching that clip. We go live every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with all the latest Star Trek news on the virtual TrekCon channel.